Uh, Mordheim wasn't special. Mordheim, City of the Damned. And it checks a whole bunch of my boxes for games. Firstly, it was on special, so it's cheap. Secondly, it's a Warhammer universe, which is pretty cool. Thirdly, it's turn-based tactical RPG combat. Fourthly, it's received negative reviews for being too difficult. So, bearing all of this in mind, I entered into Mordheim, City of the Damned with high expectations. And to be fair, I was met with a trailer that quickly doused those expectations, because it's one thing to do a trailer or the fucking intro video or whatever. It's one thing to do the sort of thing where you're showing illustrations, kind of moving around and whatnot. Shadow Isle, whatever, that fucking Lovecraftian Call of Cthulhu cult management game did it. Even The Witcher 3 did it sometimes in the loading screens. There's a way to do it right. This was not done right. The animation looked very much like someone had given the animator a brief, or the illustrator, because he didn't animate shit, he drew static images, and it looked like he'd gotten the brief the day before it was supposed to go live. And it looked very much like the animators who got the images got given the brief and the illustrations the day before it was supposed to go live. So it was fucking terrible. But I do like a little bit of role-based strategy, turn-based fucking strategy gaming stuff. We're gonna have a look at Mordheim, so we've got it open right now. I feel like maybe I should do tutorials, but I'm not gonna do a tutorial. Should I? Maybe I'll do a tutorial. I'll do a tutorial. We're examining the experience of the uninitiated coming into this game. I'm not gonna pretend to be good at it, so it's better that we sort of see how it is for you, the player, the new person, experiencing that. Oh my fucking god! Okay, well. Oh shit. I mean, there's a good chance I should have done this off stream, but let's have a look. Let's investigate tutorials. Also, it's a Friday night. I've stopped drinking during the week, so now it's Friday. We're gonna have some sipples. Liesel's here with me. Lean in, say what's up. There's Liesel's glass. Bang. So let's play a game that's been negatively rated on Steam for being very, very difficult, while I get more and more inebriated.
In this tutorial, you control a group of Skaven who are scavenging for resources in the quayside area of Mordheim. As they scatter to search the empty barns and ruined warehouses, a group of mutants bearing the flag of the Cult of the Possessed appear in sight. Learn the basics of combat to survive this ambush.
Okay. Let's learn some combat basics.
A new round has started.
Okay. That's weird. So it's sort of first person / third person, but also real-time strategy with action points and SP points. Let's see how it works out. Oh, there's more. Okay. So, having been given the tutorial text, I still don't really understand what I'm doing. I guess I want to drop down here to get that. Okay, we can't. Mouse is extremely fucking sensitive. That's better. I don't know. Okay. Let's try spacebar. Oh my god. Okay, let's not do that. Let's just walk up to this guy. Okay, counterattack. During an enemy's turn, if one of your warriors is attacked in melee, you may have the option to perform a counterattack. This is only possible if your warrior has enough offense points remaining and has a melee weapon equipped. The action must be confirmed by pushing left mouse. Okay. So I guess I have a 79% chance to inflict 41 to 46% damage. See, we're working on XCOM mechanics here. 80% is actually a 30%. When a warrior enters a threat zone, represented by the red circle around enemies, movement is automatically stopped and the warrior becomes engaged in melee combat. So that's a lot like D&D attacks of opportunity and engagement zones and stuff in Warhammer. That's fine. The warrior can now attack any engaged enemy. The cost of the attack in offense points will vary based on the weapon used. For example, two-handed weapons will cost 2 offense points for the first attack, and then the cost will increase by 1 for each subsequent attack. To attack, select the action attack and press on the left mouse button. Well, what does Q and E do? Yeah, let's just do what these homeboys want and attack. Okay. I don't know how to pick which I want. Or is unwavering just an effect on it? I think it's back to 80% chance to do. I don't like the feeling of advancing without knowing why I've advanced, so this is bothering me a little bit. Do I have another attack? Why? Why do I have another attack? It's because I have offense points. I guess it's because you have offense points stored up and you can just spend them as you see fit, but now I'm going to do less damage. I had 41 to 46 damage, now I've got 35 to 39. Is that because I'm tired or because my weapon's degraded? Okay, that I did actually notice while I was doing that attacking thing. At the top you can see who goes when. So at the top of the screen is the initiative ladder. It lets you know in which order warriors will take action during the combat round and is based on each warrior's initiative attribute. Initiative is calculated using the following: the warrior's alertness statistic skills. So the warrior's alertness statistic, skills, and equipped weapons and armor along with their enchantments. Other factors such as traps or enemy skills or spells could influence the initiative of the warrior. Initiative is recalculated at the start of every combat round after everyone has played their turn. So I guess that's if spells have given them buffs or debuffs or whatever. My rats are getting fucked. In many locations, warriors will have the option to perform an athletic action. Climb, leap, or jump down at the cost of 1 strategy point by pressing left mouse. So what we were trying to do when we were trying to sneak around, we got to the point where we were on the higher ground and could see an opportunity to jump down. And I guess I just didn't know how to do it. it's very frustrating that a tutorial, which is perfectly designed to teach you things, shows you things that you can't do before it teaches you how to do those things. So now I feel like I've wasted a chance to come around, maybe get a flank, and it's very weird that a tutorial would introduce you to concepts that you don't understand before they explain those concepts to you. When performing one of these actions, an agility test will be taken. Failing the test will cause the warrior to fall and receive damage. If an ally is in the landing zone, it will move. If an enemy is in the landing zone, it will be moved, and a bonus will be granted to the warrior for its next offensive action. So this was the guy who was behind the main character when we started. So this is... I don't know if I think this is cool or shitty, in that you can... It's so weird that they have this zone that marks off action points, but you can just run around for fucking ages trying to sneak up on like the absolute best way to... Well, I guess you can't really, because it just expands that to the next area. I don't know, I think it's a weird way to blend sort of third person gameplay with turn-based stuff. I'm undecided as to whether I hate it or think it's cool. Let's have a look here. Oh, we didn't. I'm pretty sure we didn't get this before. We didn't get the agility test things. What does Q and E do? I don't actually. Maybe you can delay an action. Okay, so we have a 95% chance to drop down on this enemy. So let's take that. Confirm jump down. Yes. Okay, so now we can just... Well, we've got a chance to attack from behind. Okay, we can't move around anymore. Because we've entered the engagement area, that's fine. Slowly trying to pick this up and learn this as we go. So 95% chance to do 16 to 29. I don't think we have any indication yet as to the sort of health statistics of this enemy we're attacking. But when you do, if you do hit them, it shows you... Okay, there we go. Now we can... I think... Henchman, Brethren... Was that a buff that we're receiving? I don't know. Okay, well, look, this attack. Oh. Dip. I think subsequent attacks just have less damage on them. Can you only counterattack? I think you can only counterattack once. Yeah. Okay, now we end turn. Get dodged. And now we get the counterattack. It may seem like I'm stupid, but I'm explaining these things as I understand them out loud. Just in case anyone's watching who's not really understanding what's happening, because even now I'm playing it and there's a lot of stuff that I'm having to like reconfirm for myself. Oh, get dodged, you little bitch. Stupid bald-headed leukemia fuck. Okay, now we're on ranged attacks. Warriors equipped with ranged weapons can shoot enemies from a distance if they have enough offense points. 3 in this case. Once a ranged weapon has been fired, the warrior must reload it at a cost of strategy points before being able to shoot again. The reload cost starts at 2 strategy points and increases by 1 for every reload action taken during the turn. Which makes a lot of sense. If you are... You shouldn't be able to just fire, reload, fire in a turn. Okay, so we got 95, but we can move. We see how that... okay, wait. I want to actually make a point of trying to be strategic with this. I don't know where I can see my points. Like, I guess that I'm in a raised position. I have good sort of vantage point over this region that I want to shoot at. But I can't make an intelligent decision based on where I want to be or on where I want to be based on how many action points or offense points or whatever I have. Like, I don't know where to look to see where I'm expending points. Hopefully that comes up later, because right now I'm just going to take a 95% chance to do 29 to 38 damage on this guy right in front of me who's engaged with my other rat boy. Okay. Can we decide to... So if I wanted to target that guy, is he not in range? I think he's not in range. Because this guy's got the red circle around him. Okay, cool. So let's do that. So this Q and E are the actions available to us. We can either end the turn or we still have points to reload. Okay, so now, okay, I can see underneath the reload action there's two of those little blue orbs. And where my name is at Nagrid Skulkmaster, down and to the left, are 3 blue balls. So I'm assuming those are strategy points. The red orbs that I have to the right of that are offense points. Because it just makes sense that you color code red as like the offensive stuff. So I'm going to reload and then I assume I'll be left with 1 strategy point. Offense point I think is the shoot sting. And it costs, I think it said 3 and then keep punching this mic. It's 3 for your first ranged attack and then +1 for each ranged attack after that. So I think I've got 3 left, which means that if I had 4 I'd be able to do another attack. But I don't, so that's fine. So we'll end turn. Confirm end turn. Okay, critical hits. Melee and ranged attacks have a chance to become critical hits. Critical hits always deal the maximum potential damage and ignore armor absorption of the target. So that's like 5th edition D&D, where you don't, well initially you don't roll for bonuses, you just go what's the maximum I could do and you do that damage. The accuracy statistic of the attacker provides a bonus to critical chance and damage. Critical hits also apply an open wound stackable debuff on the target. This debuff lasts until the end of the battle, reducing the warrior's offense and strategy points by 1 and increasing the chance it will gain a long-term injury after the battle if it falls out of action. Critical hits also have a chance to stun the target. Stunned targets cannot defend themselves, making them easier to hit and more prone to suffer additional critical attacks. So, point of order, before I read this, I've got the in-game volume set to max and I've just dialed the volume down in the like little audio manager of Studio. So while I'm hearing it loud, I hope that you guys are not hearing it so loud that you can't hear my voice. What this does mean is that I struggle to hear my own voice, and I have a feeling that my lisp is kind of coming out because I feel like I'm failing on some of the S sounds. I just hope it's not really irritating or really bad, because in my head it sounds like just terrible. Okay, so this is how out of action works. When a warrior's wound reaches 0, it falls to the ground or becomes out of action. He will no longer be able to act during this fight. After the current combat round, out of action warriors will retreat from the battleground with their weapons and armor, abandoning their backpack and its contents, which can be looted by anyone. At the end of the fight, out of action warriors have a chance to suffer from permanent injuries or even death. In the case of defeat, out of action warriors also have a chance of losing their weapons. Any items left unclaimed on the battlefield will be lost. Oh my fuck. I mean, these graphics don't look especially amazing. It's very weird that my computer would seize up. Convenient. Someone's out of action now. Yep. Similar to the threat zones of enemies, allies have control zones, represented by a blue circle, which prevent friendly warriors from standing too close to each other. However, it is possible to pass through an ally's control zone as long as the warrior can finish its movement outside of it. No action can be taken from inside an ally's control zone. it's, I can understand it. You don't want to be like jostling in the same area as someone else, but you would assume that being, my assumption with ally control zone was that you would get bonuses from like horde mechanics or something like that. It's weird that it's just a detriment or a deterrent. Okay. So let's try to gauge what we have now. We have enemies on that side. I can't... There's no way for me to understand or interpret the inventory of the character I'm controlling right now. No, like I would have been the easy assumption, but I just don't know this character's abilities. I have to assume that the only ranged character we have is the one over there or there somewhere. So there's no way for me to be able to intelligently decide whether I want to move him within like range shooting distance or whether I need to get up close. There's no... It's... I can't get access to a map. Okay, middle mouse. Okay. This is fine, because now I can see this is the character I'm currently controlling. No, I don't... Okay, I just want to see where I could be best applied. We've got... I really just want to try understand what I'm looking at. There's no way for me to make an intelligent decision. I want to... Okay, if I can cross the bridge, we've got another guy about to stack up on this engagement here. We can have 3-on-2, which seems cool. But we've got a guy who's 2-on-1 here, 1-on... That's fine, but there's no way for me to work out who's ranged, what does what. It's probably not worth worrying about because it's a tutorial. It just really irritates me that there's this emphasis on strategy and being clever, and there's no way for me to feel clever about stuff. Okay, so let me stack up on this guy. Help this homie out. Counterattack? Okay, no, that's fine. So, it's kind of... Is it cool? I don't know. Like, you have... I think how it works is that offense points and strategy points are different things, so moving and attacking are not the same thing. I don't understand the reasoning behind separating that concept from action points, which is generally understood in sort of turn-based games where you can move a short distance and attack twice, or move a far distance and attack once. Surely that makes a lot of sense. I feel like I'm trying to be nitpicky on purpose to find issue with this game. But right now, I don't understand it, and that really irritates me because I like to be able to pick up games without tutorials and just play. And already I'm feeling like I'm going to leave this tutorial not understanding how to play this game. Yeah, end turn. Which I really don't like. It's a turn-based game. It's a turn-based strategic fighting game. This has been around for ages. There's no reason to make it so convoluted to the point where you can't... Like, my feeling is I've played these kind of games before. There's no reason why someone with a history of playing turn-based strategy games, as I have, shouldn't be able to come into a game like this and be able to play it straight away. And I would say that I've been taught, like, I don't think I've really understood anything that's been taught to me. If it's maybe been taught to me in a bad way, but like I get the control zones and the movement and stuff like that, but I don't understand why I would do those things. It's very frustrating because I like to quickly start getting an idea of how something works. And this is the exact opposite of that. Let's look at strategy view, which is the thing that we just did with the middle mouse button. So the battlefield can be viewed from above by opening the strategy view with left shift or the middle mouse button. The location of allies, wordstone points, and treasure points will always be displayed. The map will also reveal the position of enemies visible by one of your allies, and it will display the last known position of enemies that are no longer visible, labeled as a question mark. The card of each warband is always visible and will always serve as a deployment point. Use WASD to navigate the map in strategy view. Here's a perfect example of a fucking dogshit tutorial. Okay, so there might be players who haven't for themselves tried to figure out how to access the strategy view and see the top-down map. By the time this is introduced to you, you kind of have a new concept introduced to you that adds another new concept with zero explanation. You're teaching me how to use a strategy view, and then you're introducing a concept like the cart of each warband with no explanation. Why is that there? Why is that important? I assume, well, it has the cart of the warband is always served as a deployment point. That's two concepts, honest to God. Like, if you think about it, the point of deployment sort of teaches you a little bit about why it's there, but then it also raises more questions. Your deployment cart, or your warband, or whatever, what is that? I haven't played this game before, that's why I'm playing the tutorial. You've got a deployment point. What does that do? What the fuck is this game? You can't teach me something as stupid as strategy view, how to use your map, and then introduce two massive game concepts with no explanation. The hope is that I click confirm and the next 2 or 3 pages are spent explaining the card of the warband and deployment points, how deployment works, what characters you bring into deployment. Also, I would love an explanation on what each of these icons means, because the problem we had earlier is you can look around, you can see icons, but what's the point? So we're looking for, in the next 2 or 3 pages, find out what a warband is, find out how deployment works, and maybe a guide or a key to the icons. I have 3 questions with 0 answers now. They've told me something that's not even useful to me, and at the same time introduced things that seem really important, but there's nothing there. So now any decision I make is uninformed. It's very, very frustrating. It's extremely frustrating because there's no way for me to have all the information I need to understand what this map means. Do I need to worry about the Cult of the Possessed warband? Warband, the card of the warband is over there. So is that where reinforcements are going to come from? Do I need to try to move my units? Because it looks like my warband's over here. So it looks like we're in a terrible position because we need to either decide whether we push these 3 units past their 2 units and onto their cart and take out their point of reinforcement, ring these guys around this way, push them onto this 2v1 fight we currently fucked up in, try to have 3v2 clear this area out. That's 1-on-1, which is fine because we can clear 3v2 here, either wrap around this way, clear out their warband, prevent reinforcements, or push down this way if we need to do reinforce our warband. But we have 0 information to go on. We don't know what the fuck the point of any of this stuff is, and I still don't know where my ranged unit is. I don't know. Like, the thing is, you can go in assumptions, and a good game will teach you by assumptions if you want to put the time in. All I know, all I've experienced is there's a unit here that's hand-to-hand, and this guy looks slightly like more magic-y. What does that teach me? Fucking nothing, because all of these icons are different to what I've already experienced. It's a terrible way to teach people. I said earlier on in the stream that I like games that are difficult, but there's a difference between what is fair difficult, which is what's abundant in a game like Dark Souls, where you'll die and go like, oh, I did this wrong, I know what I need to do next time. And a game like this that makes no fucking effort to teach you anything along the way. I'm doing a tutorial. Like, I would be fine if this was the first mission And I said, oh, I'm going to skip the tutorial and just check it out. And if the first mission was this, where I was confused about everything, I'd be like, oh, that's my own fault. But the tutorial is literally there to teach you how to play the game, and I understand fucking nothing about what I'm looking at. And I want to like this game a lot, because I love the universe, I love fucking strategy games and turn-based whatever, but this is dumb. This is dumb and it's stupid, and as much as I want to enjoy this right now, I'm just upset because there's no way for me to apply anything that I've learned from anything else to this. There's no way for me to apply what I've learned from the first parts of this tutorial to this. So all I'm going to do now, I've been shown like 4 or 5 different tutorials, and all I'm going to do is the same thing I was taught in the first one. I'm going to move, try to get into a control group, and attack people. So I'm this character here. Up these stairs. Is there any way for me to even... I'm facing the wrong way. Okay, so that is the Cult of the Possessed War Cart. Let me try to get there and fuck it up. There's nothing I can do to this war cart. There's nothing I can do to this point of reinforcement for the enemy. Okay, I'm a large warrior, I can't use it. I can't go up there. So let me abuse this movement mechanic and sneak around this corner. It's if I look this way, that's where my shooty rat is. My ranged rat. The symbol on the map for him is 2 swords. That is fucking stupid. In what way would I ever be able to intuitively understand that 2 swords is my ranged unit? That is fucking dumb. So now, I hate that this is here. And the previous thing, before they gave me the chance to play this round, was explaining that it's a point of reinforcement. So you would think, because of how these games work, you don't want to have them able to reinforce. There must be some strategy to destroying their points. Surely you would defend these strategic points. But you go there, and you can't do anything. Now you've wasted a turn getting there. It's fucking dumb, dude. It's so fucking stupid.
A new round has started.
Notice we've moved on to more concepts without at any point explaining the reinforcement points, the wagons, or the icons of the map, the most basic thing you could ask for. While in strategy view, opened with left shift middle mouse, up to 5 beacons can be placed by pressing the left mouse button to help you navigate the treacherous streets of Mordheim. These beacons will display a tall beam of colored light while navigating Mordheim to help you find where you aim to go. To remove a beacon, place the cursor over it in strategy view and press left mouse. Both cards have a beacon activated by default, which can be turned off in the option menu, which opens by pressing escape. This is 2 tutorial screens that have pointed out the wagon and haven't explained why the fuck I should care about it. And I've gone up to that thing. I've wasted a turn getting there and there's nothing you can do. So why do we want to get there? And I also feel like the fact that you can place beacons on the map that you can see, you could very easily have included in the last tutorial, which is introducing the concept of the map. To say you can click there and see beacons, it's... So... Didn't that used to be Blue? Didn't that used to be our character who's dead now without any chance for us to interact with it? Liesel, you're getting upset at my ranting and raving about this game. But it's so stupid. I really want to like this game and it's just fucking dumb.
Can I see something cool?
Only if you can tell me about it because the people need to hear. Oh, okay, so Liesel's playing XCOM next to me, which is a vastly superior game, because the tutorial actually explains how to do the very simple time-honored mechanics of role-playing strategy games. He's got, look, I don't mean to minimize your achievements, but in the rookie non-Iron Man version that I'm playing by myself...
You've been playing for longer than I have.
I have. So we've got...
Well, thanks for knocking down the cool
No,
upgrade I just made.
we're sharing the same... Liesel and I are sharing the same character pool, and I've killed too many of my really good friends in my playthrough of XCOM. Liesel has them all alive, and she's managed to get them to the point where they've got sweet-ass weapons, and she's given her ranger an arc blade. But, also worth mentioning, when I had an arc blade, it was like, cool, you have an arc blade, and the standard shotgun, and standard everything else. Liesel's ranger has the arc blade, and the mine shield, and the fucking flash grenade, and my boys are running on Red Cross donations. Liesel's living the high life. Anyway, let me get back to this shit version of XCOM where nothing's explained to you and everything's more complicated than it needs to be. I wanted so badly to like this game. I spent more time in the menus complaining about how fucking dumb it is than I have actually playing it. So, okay, looking at my map and trying to intuit what I can from what I see. We've lost a unit over there, he's dropped some items. This guy is gonna get fucked. Squitch, Schnick, Sharp Whisker. He's dead. Because these guys are gonna collapse on him. And then, here's the fucking... Liesel, calm down, relax. The fucking stupid thing is now... You have to make a really important tactical decision, because I can pile 3 guys into this fight where there's 2 other people. This is covering your ears, she doesn't hear this. But it's so fucking stupid. This is an integral strategic point in this. It's a tutorial, you shouldn't have any questions about this. So, their wagon is over there. I'm gonna have 3 people pile into this fight, and my expectation is, because I don't know anything about any of these characters, nothing's been explained to me, my expectation is that 3 versus 2 will allow me to win this fight. So from here, I have a decision, because I'll clear this area. I have equal access to their wagon as I have to my wagon. They have more people there, close to my wagon. If what I understood about wagons was how it actually worked, where I put this rat ogre over here to fuck up their wagon to prevent them from getting reinforcements, then it would be a very good idea for me to sweep down this way and protect my wagon. The assumption would be that now we have the numbers, we can move that way and clear out their wagon. But now, you just try to kill everyone? What's the point of the wagons then? Why are they there? Why do you have them? Why are they on the map? It's fucking stupid! It's so dumb and I hate it. Because if there's no point to them, there really should be. Because it would be fucking interesting if you could decide between, do I have the numbers to defend my wagon or do I go fuck up their wagon? Even if it wasn't like you lose your wagon, you lose the game. If it was explained to you and you understood that, take out their wagon, they can't get more reinforcements. So now I decide, is it more important for me to make sure that they only have the same amount of units that they have on the field now for the rest of the game, because I can deal with that, Or do I have less units, but maybe I can defend this advance against my own wagon and hold off for long enough to get more units to turn the tide? These are things that make the game interesting. Right now, it's just dumb and I hate it, and it's fucking bad. And the fact that I've been talking over so much of this means that I'll probably run out of time to refund this game, which is what I would most likely be doing now if I was playing it by myself, because, well, honestly, if I was playing with myself, I wouldn't be talking. It's 2 hours. Diesel reminds me that it's 2 hours. If I was playing this by myself, I probably would have finished the tutorial already. As it is now, unless something changes and unless, like, there's no winning here, because if I finish this tutorial and I realize that I misunderstood something the tutorial was trying to explain to me, I'm still going to be upset, because the entire point of the tutorial is explaining very basic game concepts. This is the basic combat tutorial right now. So if I finish this and realize, oh, I've just misunderstood something, or I get to the point where they're like, oh, we've been holding off a mechanic from you so that you could see it in good time, I can kind of still understand that. I don't like it at all. I don't like it when basic gameplay mechanics are withheld from you because the game thinks that you should learn it at its own pace, but it would be a better excuse than getting to the end of the game and realizing that the basic tutorial hasn't taught you anything about the basics of the game. As it is right now, something needs to happen that will convince me to keep this game, because I read the reviews and it was like, oh, it's difficult, and I was like, I like a difficult game, but I don't like a difficult game that's difficult because it's fucking stupid. Like, there's a difference between difficult where you've had the opportunity to understand how systems work and you're just not good at exploiting them, or not even exploiting them, like Dark Souls. You get taught very early on how to block, how to roll, how to parry. There's a lot of skill involved in getting the timing to parrying right and like rolling to a lesser degree, but those things are things that you will not be good at right in the beginning, but they're explained to you right in the beginning. When you fuck them up, you understand what went wrong. This is fucking garbage, because nothing has been explained to me in a way that I could either be getting it wrong or right. It's just, if it's wrong, it's just because it's been withheld from me. And a lot's been withheld from me. I don't understand what the fuck I'm looking at now. Like, I'm okay with games that you have to force yourself to like. I played fucking Dwarf Fortress for 3 years of my life. And that was, like, I enjoyed that. But I don't expect to have something with a tutorial that's just blatantly bad at it. If you're gonna make a tutorial, do it right. Otherwise, just skip it and pretend you're going for that, like, hard pro, whatever. Like, just, it's frustrating, it's dumb, it's stupid, I hate it, and I just wish that it could be fun. I don't even remember what I was trying to do. Okay, so we are gonna, either way, strategically, whether we decide to go over there or there, we need to get a third person into this two-man fight. Skaven from Warhammer rules are not very resilient, so the more we have, the horde mentality is what works. So we want to get them. But now here's the fucked up thing. You would think that getting into this sort of diagram right in the middle there, the Venn diagram of into their attack zone, but also accompanying the control zone of your friend, would work very much in the favor of how Skaven are supposed to work. You have a control zone, you have bonuses to flanking, you have horde bonuses, but now that's not how it works. You are limited as a horde race, the Skaven. Your whole basis of how you fight is built on having more people, having cheap expendable units that you throw into a fight. But now this game says, even if it's just a tutorial, it's being explained to you badly. I don't give a fuck. You can fucking hit me up on my Twitter, my Instagram. It'll be the first time anyone's tweeted me or whatever ever. So fucking hit me up in the comments. Like, subscribe, comment, tell me I'm a fucking retard. That's fine. I just think it's really fucking stupid that you have to limit how many of your horde race Skaven can actually be involved in a fight. Tell me in the comments. Also, fuck you ahead of the time because you fucking wrong. These look at me like, don't say that. I don't give a fuck. It's Friday, I had a drink. If I was sober, I would still say, you are fucking wrong and that's stupid. If you want to argue that a horde race can't actually hoard and pack up on something, you need to go back to fucking Warhammer school because your shit's weak as fuck. %. Now, where do you consolidate? How do you consolidate your units? You don't. So you've got 3 horde units stacked fucking right next to each other. This post at the end with his 1 axe can fight that one dude like he's by himself. I want people to understand that I badly want to like this game. I really want to like this game. I've learned fucking nothing. I'm gonna try to finish this so I can see what the win condition is, because it's not been explained. Basics of combat, how to win, how to lose. That's all you need. That's literally all you need. I don't understand what would make me lose. I don't understand how to win. This game is a fucking waste of my time. So next, we've got whose turn? I don't know, an enemy's turn. Let's look at the map. I shit you not, I can't look at the map now. I cannot actually push... You need to cancel and then look at the map. It's a... Fair enough, that is a small grievance. I'm not going to sit on that. But what I will fucking complain about is that you need to cancel your action, go to the map, look at the icon, then see that that's the next person. So now I can leave and I know this guy has his turn next. Skrick Pestclaw is probably going to die. Because here's the things that I have learned. He can't move this enemy, whose name I don't know, whose stats I don't know, because I can go to the map. Okay, Gornag. 34. If he hits up Skrick, I got, as far as I can tell, well, 0 armor bonus. I can't tell how likely it is that this enemy will kill my unit before he gets a chance to counterattack, so I can't make an intelligent decision based upon any of the information that's given to me. All I know is this guy has a turn. But now this... If I move this around... If I move the map around... Okay, that's the guy we currently are. Where is his turn? If you had selected this guy, you would assume it was his turn next and be wondering about where everyone else was. Hover over him, it's his turn. If you hover over him, it's his turn next. You place a marker. So is it currently... This guy's... I assume that this is the same guy. But this is so full of stupid fucking assumptions. So this is your current character. Figure out who's next, go to the menu. That's the icon that looks like that. So I assume that he's next. After him, it's the guy who looks like a fucking ninja star. Which is... I can't... How do I see him? How do I go and appraise his position? Fuck knows! And turn. Why didn't I get a counterattack? I don't understand! I don't understand what I'm fucking looking at! What is going on? Yeah, this guy is at full health. What I would like to do is consolidate, move away, get over the wall, or get over there. As a rat, you would assume you have movement speed, you can run away. Get over this wall, that means these guys are forced to come through either this gap here, which means you can hit them with your melee units here. Come around this way, come through there, which means that you've got a fucking gigantic rat in the awnings up there who can drop down and intercept, hold up units on that corner, while your dual wielding symbol, which is actually a ranged unit, can pop shots over the top here. These are the decisions I want to be making while playing a turn-based strategy game. Using your unit types, your heavy military, your heavy like armor, tanking, whatever, there are ways to use them. I don't want to be forced into picking a unit and then seeing what happens, which is what this game does. Center on a unit, click attack, what happens? So I want to be able to extract from this fight. I can either end my turn or move away. I can end my turn or attack. I can't actually move. Once you're in, you're in. So once you enter an enemy's control zone, you just have to fight them. Like, intelligently, I would say, I am going to lose this fight one-on-one. That's not how rats work. They have the horde mentality, move away. Because then you could either pull a fight this way, which they don't want, or pull a fight that way, where maybe you lead them away and your units have a better chance to finish that unit off and hover over there. There's no intelligence to how to play this game. So now I've just got to take this fucking weak rat, which is put here one-on-one by the tutorial. The objective was to teach you to drop down on this guy. He has 81 health points left. The maximum damage that I can do is 25. The next turn I think I have another attack, but then the damage is going to be reduced. Whereas I've got 58 health left. And he's got two units ready to come. These are the things I want to think about when I'm playing this kind of game. The fact that it doesn't matter that I take this into consideration is really fucking irritating. And it's also why I can understand why people say this game is difficult, because by the time you've done the tutorial, you've learned absolutely nothing. I don't have action points left for the counterattack. That's fine. Okay, who has... Okay, so again... that's not what I want to do. I actually want to try to target someone else from up here. But now that, okay, so there's no red circles around this guy, so the red circles was not the indication of who we could target in a long range attack. On the one hand, I like the idea that yellow would usually tell you this is the lower chance to hit, but that's the 95% chance to hit. We move over here and want to attack this guy. I want to attack this guy. 95% chance to hit and he's red. So what's the difference? Why is he red and Lizel's doing good in XCOM? I'm having a fucking terrible time playing this garbage game.
Having a wonderful
So he's red, 95% chance to hit. I move over here. 95% chance to hit, but he's yellow. Maybe he's a hero. He's got more hit points than anyone else. But these are all assumptions I have to make on my own. If I wanted to play the game this way, I would have skipped the tutorial. If you've made a decision to go into the tutorial, then fucking spoon feed my lazy face. This is a tutorial that feels very much like playing the first level of a game without a tutorial. Okay, so he's got... This is the other thing, the health bar. The numbers say 305 out of 305, but the bar isn't actually full. I get that it's showing you the potential max damage, min damage. You don't know, because you could do 25 to 32. That's 7 that you've got room to play. It's showing you a value, but what value? It's 305 out of 305, but the bar's not full. What the fuck is it showing you? It's such simple things. And this is the issue that people have had with so many Games Workshop games over and over again. Where Games Workshop will give a license to any fucking two-person development fucking house under the sun. You get so many fucking bullshit shit games because Games Workshop just wants fucking cash, and they'll give it to any fucking dude who comes along and says, let me make a mobile game where you flip a dice and see whether or not you win this encounter. So now they have their name attached to this game, which is potentially awesome. Like, I still think that I could enjoy this. But at the same time, if I had a friend who wanted to start playing it tomorrow, like, I'm gonna finish the tutorial, I'm gonna play the game. I understand that it's a badly explained game, and I've accepted that the tutorial is dog shit, and that they make no effort to explain it to players, and that you have to really put an effort to try to learn it. But I'm okay with that, because I like the way that the game plays. If a friend had to ask me tomorrow, should I buy this game, I'd say no. Not a fucking chance. Not if it was free, don't get this game. It's a waste of your time. Because it takes a very special kind of person. Or not special, like, maybe masochistic or stupid. I know how this is gonna go. I know I'm gonna hate it. I know that I'm gonna struggle with mechanics a lot. But I'm gonna force the fun out of it. I would never wish this on a friend of mine. Who am I aiming at? Am I looking at the yellow person? This is the fucking worst game I've ever played. I don't know why it picked that person. This is the fucking worst game I've ever played. This is fucking dog shit. This is dog shit. I just got arm fatigue. What does that mean? These two markers at the top, the 50, 38, below that 27, 20, the blue and red markers. What the fuck does that mean? I mean, I can intuit that those are the points. And now I have to make an assumption based on the very limited information I'm given about this game that possibly it works like Warhammer, where you don't always have to kill everyone, you end up after a certain amount of rounds counting up points. And I can intuit that I am blue, they are red. But here's the issue. The top number on blue is 50, the bottom is 27. So, top number, blue to red, I have 50, they have 38. Top number, I'm winning, because I have more points. The bottom number, 27 to 20, I'm also winning, but I have no idea why. I don't understand what it means. Why? Why? Okay, why don't you see this character on the map? This is the furthest I can zoom in. Like, you can hover over him and get him. That's cool. But imagine you were engaged in a really big battle. You look at this area and you go, okay, cool, I got coverage. I can see an enemy and 3 of my dudes. We got that sorted. The biggest enemy they have is, like, even this is the farthest I can zoom in. He doesn't have an icon. And he's the same color as the background. The biggest thing that I should be worried about, that I should be keeping track of, is the same color as the background on this map. I need to know he's there to be able to like fucking slide over. There's my unit. Find Ambrose 305. That is fucking stupid. This is literally the first game I've ever played where I will describe it as fucking stupid, and I've done it twice already. But like, what choice do I can't. Do I move away? No. You attack. What is the point in giving you the option? Swap through it, and turn or attack. Why would you be confronted with this menu? What is the point? Sure, it's a tutorial. Maybe you'll have spells later on. Maybe you'll have abilities. Maybe you'll have more options. But what is the point now? Yes, I elected to play past the point where you've learned everything from this tutorial that you can, but I still don't know how to win a fucking game. I hate this. I hate this game. Who am I attacking now? Because this motherfucker's red. This motherfucker's yellow. I can't move. I can't use my WASD keys to move. Still red. Is it just based on who's closer? Because this Venn diagram is literally on my little fucking rat balls. I'm right in the middle there. Look at this guy. Look at him in his fucking stupid face. No, I don't want to end my fucking turn. Attack. He's yellow. Cancel that. I'm looking you in your... I can't move. Can't move. Attack. Yellow. I want to please attack this man. Nothing else I can do. This game is garbage. Oh, I guess no. How did she get captured, Liesel?
She got knocked unconscious and I
can't
couldn't
hear
move
you.
her.
I'm asking rhetorical questions. I've got these headphones on. Yeah, let's put a marking over there so at least I can see it with my fat rat. I still don't know where I'm going! No, I'm looking at the only marking I've got, which is the thing that I can't actually attack. I can't see the other marking, which is the only point. Why would I drop down from here? There's a blue thing. I can't see where I'm going. So I guess that I want to go through this door to get into this fight where the other badass dude is. I can see how I can force myself to like this game. But why would you release a game like this? How did you have test groups look at this and go, yeah, good, that's good, that's good. Did you pay QA people? It's not possible that more than 2 people played this and went, this is perfect. This game is fucking garbage. There's no point in this map when I can't see how to move this unit. it's only useful for directions. Because the environment is so bad that you can't see where you're going. So it's only useful for you to open up to put a marker on enemies. It's like they've taken everything that makes a map useful and made it less useful. Yeah, I was fucking started near this stupid fucking war chest. Let's see if there's anything I can do there.
Your warband morale is critically low.
Fucking hate this game.
A new round has started.
Okay. So I want him to drop down and try to like well, there's an enemy down there. 95, yeah, let's fuck him up. So I will concede that in this case, when you've got multiple actions, you can jump down. It actually shows you Q, end your turn, E, go back to jump down, E, shoot. That's fine. Now we want to reload. Still 100% fine. We have, I believe, the points left to jump down, but we can't change our action. Why don't I get a counter attack? That's the same guy who got slashed fucked up. I didn't use him to attack. You should have many offensive points left. Okay, this is the gigantic fucking tank rat who's done fucking nothing the entire game. And is now stuck here because you can't climb over a cart. You've got like Duke Nukem 3D physics issues with a fucking turn-based action game. XCOM will have you jumping over shit. And now maybe you accidentally pass through a no, what? Oh. How do you get out of this fucking building? What do you do now? Get past behind me. Game is fucking dumb, babe. Maybe it's stupid.
Stop playing it.
It's fucking stupid. I'm glad I bought this game on special. I'm glad I'm gonna refund it on special as well.
A new round has
No one
started.
who worked on this should feel proud of anything they've done. Maybe you're in the kitchen. Is that? This game is garbage. Here's it's just the stupidest fucking things. Like, just unforgivably dumb. You've got the exact amount of space to the right of my action as you have to the left, where you show my character's health. There's no reason that is fair enough. Yeah, I guess fair enough. Thanks, Bad. Oh no, I don't want to do that actually. But I mean, you've got, at this point, shoot. The only stat that you don't have there is the health, which would very much influence my decision on whether I want to shoot or not. Once you click, it's the only thing that changes. Why don't you just give that to me when I'm deciding whether to shoot or not? It's just like unforgivably. It's oh, like I don't know. It's not like an early access game. It's not. But this is the thing. If it was early access, the feedback that you'd be getting would be the same kind of stuff that you should be getting at like fucking day 101 game design, like how to avoid irritating players. How to make your UI good. Like, it's not like it would be weird if you had this in early access and the kind of feedback was like, just stop being shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep my ranged guy up here for now. Oh, we're gonna kill this dude and then have movement turns? Okay, we want to get him involved with this big Nye. Ambrose is over there. Is he? Oh, he's down. Okay. Facing the right direction, I think. Climb. Climb, my dude. If we can force this engagement in front of our ranged guy, it would actually be pretty sick. Oh, there he is. You can possibly tie him into like a area effect thing. This is why. Like, I can find things about this game that are cool. Like, tactical decisions to, like, if I position here, he can't move up, around, and onto my unit there without getting into a combat with my main dude. And then my other ranged guy has eyes on him. It's just that it's wrapped in all this stupid cruft and bucket dog shit nonsense.
Started.
Reload. What does arm fatigue mean? How do I oh, but I mean, this is a thing that I have to assume. Arm fatigue is like because I explained in the beginning that every time you reload it costs more points. So instead of just saying every time you reload it costs more points, now you have the status of arm fatigue, which makes the next reload cost more points. I just think it's bullshit if you have to really fight to defend a game. Games should just be fun. You shouldn't have to really slog to find the fun in a game. Am I out of action points because of the counterattacks? I guess that if your counterattacks were free, then it would become like a waiting game where no one wanted to attack because you just get free counterattacks and then in your turn you get more attacks. So it kind of works, but it also seems like a way that you could force out your opponent's offensive points, which is the only thing that's really important, because once you're in melee combat you can't use your strategic points to move. So you get your weakest unit into combat with your enemy's strongest unit. Now they can't move until they kill that unit, and once they've killed it they've exhausted their offensive points. It just seems like an easy way to just cheese the whole system. There's nothing I can do.
A new round has started.
Now we can do this for shoot, reload, he attacks, I counterattack. It's just the race. Which is kinda, I guess it could be fun if you're like a stats person. But the rest of the game for me will be clicking. If I had a keyboard bound to the action button or confirm button, I could throw away my keyboard and my mouse, have a keyboard that has one button that just says confirm action, and I would win this fight. And there's nothing I can do to make it more interesting for myself.
A new round has started.
Dog shit. That being said, I'm gonna carry on playing it. This is the worst game I've played that I want to carry on playing. So that was the basic combat tutorial. Here's what I'm gonna do. About 9 now. You guys have watched me moan and whinge for an hour and a half, and I don't think at all that I was being too harsh or being unrealistic with the criticisms. There's a lot about this game that's fucking terrible. What I'm gonna do is do all the tutorials, and then I think tomorrow morning I'm gonna play the rest of this, because bonuses A, fucking time factor. There's a chance I might get some of your fucking American dudes to watch this business. And also, no one's gonna. I'm very certain I'm going to be playing these tutorials and just complaining. The other thing is that if I have to stop to complain about everything as fucking dumb in this game, it's going to take me forever, whereas I can just learn the thing and come back and play the game and complain about it. Did I say complain the game? I'm going to complain the game. I'm going to come back and play the game and just complain about how things are stupid anyway. That being said, I do think that this game could be very fun. Sort of said that I'm going to refund it, but truth be told, it was on special for Halloween. I've been kind of wanting an excuse to buy it for quite a while. I'm not gonna refund it, even though I don't like it's this weird sort of stupid moral standpoint thing where it feels like you're encouraging, well, not encouraging, but somehow I don't know, it feels like it's a really shitty game and the people should suffer for it, like the developers should have their games refunded. Until they fix issues. If people review it and they refund it and they say, look, it's bad, the tutorial is stupid, I finished the basic tutorial and didn't learn anything, then developers should go back, fix that, and then release updates, and then people play it again, and then over time the reviews will improve and people will stop refunding it because the tutorials make sense now and you can actually learn how to play the game. And that's the way that I think that development should work. You can release a crappy game. The thing, I don't even know if it's a crappy game. It's just that the barrier to entry is so high that, and I'm glad of the tutorial because almost didn't. Almost just went, I know how role-playing game or turn-based tactical games work. I can play this, and that's the thing. If you'd made this game and you'd made it work to the sort of time-honored basics of how turn-based strategy games work, we wouldn't have any issues. It would be very easy for new players to pick up, people like new players to play. And it's very easy to make a unique experience based on how character specific traits work, or buffs, or spells. Like there's things that you can do where you use the things that people understand. Like you have the hex grid system, and then you have the highlighted area of movement. You end in a movement phase. You do attack phase where it shows you like your ranged guy has this range. You can attack like the Vandal Hearts. So Vandal Hearts in PS1 is an example of a game that might not be super intuitive as a turn-based strategy game, where you have, normally in games where you have ranged units, you have sort of like a radial range around you. It's like a circular kind of thing, where it's sort of assumed that your character could turn and face that direction, fire that direction. Vandal Hearts is a game that I absolutely love to death. It's I think probably one of the first turn-based strategy games that I finished, where your archer can only shoot in crosses, like that way and that way, horizontal, vertical from where you stop, and that would be a deviation from the norm. It's fine if you use a tutorial to introduce concepts like that, where your tutorial goes, look, we understand the idea of what is normal and what is the basic understanding of how the turn-based system works. We understand it well enough to the point where we know what to introduce to you as a new concept. Anything else that's not new is not weird. You can just roll with that. We assume that you know that already. And also, it's been done by enough games that if they had issues with it, they would have figured it out and refined it. But to think that... and that was what I was saying about Games Workshop earlier, is that they just give licenses to companies. It's like fucking just, like Samuel L. Jackson can't turn down a role in a movie. Games Workshop can't resist giving a license to a development house to make a game. You come to them and say like, we are fucking CD Projekt Red, we want to make a Games Workshop game. And I'll go like, yes. Or you can come and say like, my name is Prajesh, my brother fucking whatever, we're like a two-man company in India, or fucking Manila, Eastern Europe, or I'm trying to think of the other like fucking outsourced countries that people always outsource development to. But the point is, you can come and say like, we are CD Projekt Red. We've released like some of the most fucking famous, well-regarded franchises in the world. Give us a license. I'll say yes. I can go to them tomorrow and be like, I am Bert and I write websites. Give me a license, and they'll go like, yes. It doesn't matter. It's like, and Liesel's looking at me funny from the side. I
was hoping you were knocking CG Projekt.
No, I was saying that there's no difference between CG Projekt Red, who has a well-deserved reputation for being one of the really good companies to develop games. If they went to Games Workshop and said, let us get a license to produce a Warcraft or a Warhammer game, they'd say yes. But if I went to them tomorrow and I was like, I've never built a game before, I dabbled with Unity and I played with Java once, but I make websites, can I make a game? They'd say yes. They don't. The end product is not important. It's really fucking stupid, which is why any Games Workshop game is always like a crapshoot. The Total War series was really good. Dawn of War series. For the little I played of it, I actually really enjoyed. But for those two games that I can think of, there's a million games that are fucking dog shit and absolute drivel. There was one that I played recently. It was like a Diablo version of it where you could be an Inquisitor. I think it was just called like Warhammer Inquisitor or whatever. That was also... yeah. But my point is there's no quality control. And I want to like this game because of the universe and because of the story behind it. But I'm gonna actually have to put in work to enjoy this game. And it says it's fucking clothespin. These are the same clothespins I used to hang up this green screen behind me. Because when I set it up, it's the most difficult thing in the world to get right. Now I can fucking use it and it doesn't care. I just wish that this game was better. Because I want to like it. And I'm gonna like it. But I've done one of 4x3 is 12. I've done one of 12 tutorials. I'm gonna do all of them. Because I want to like this game. But there's no reason for a series or a franchise to expect that people would put in this much time and effort to like it. Which is why, when I looked at the reviews, and they were mixed because people said it's too hard, it's just because they don't have the vocabulary to explain. It's not difficult, it's fucking stupid. It's not difficult, you just have to put in way too much time and effort to actually understand it. I'm gonna do that because I want to play this game. Motioning to me? Come sit down. Come say hey. Yeah, I'm gonna do these tutorials. Liesel's made the whole stream really awkward now. She's ruined the whole thing. We've been here for like an hour and a half, and now right at the end it's just weird.
It's not.
It's so weird. Next time you see me, I'll have I wouldn't have refunded the game because I'm gonna spend obviously way too much time doing these tutorials, which is fine because the game's really cheap right now for Halloween. And either I'll love the game or have a much better reason to explain to you why it's absolute dog shit. Oh, if you're in Cape Town, come to Clem Fandango at Hectic on Hope on the 28th of October. Shit Friends and Hectic on Hope, and Shit Friends and Hectic and Hope, and Clem and Hectic and Clem Fandango, and also Nomadic Orchestra, apparently they're famous. And Moon Dunes, but honest to God, between you and me and the 0 people who are gonna watch this, Shit Friends is much better. He's really good. Technically great. I don't feel anything. Anyway, so love you guys. All 0 of you. All 0 people watching this. You guys are great.